welcome to the SCLD podcast. I'm Erin Dodge. I am the communication specialist here with the Spokane County Library District, and today I'm here with
Aaron Haight. I am the technology instruction specialist in the lab at North Spokane.
And we are just two of the several Aarons that work here at the
True.
library.
True.
And today we're here to talk about, well, first of all, we see a cool gadget that we're going to talk about.
True.
And also a little bit about the lab at North Spokane and your work there and the programs there that we do.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about the space, about the lab and what
So
it is?
yeah, so the lab is a space in the North Spokane Library dedicated largely to technology in its broadest sense. So in addition to STEM stuff, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, I have to think about that. Also, a lot of creative activities. So, technology isn't just sciencey stuff. Right. It's also painting and cooking and sewing. And
yes.
We've had bookbinding classes in there and calligraphy classes. And that's all technology.
And for all ages.
Exactly, yeah.
My children have been there for like drawing classes. I've been there for an art class. We're going to talk today about some STEM classes that are pretty cool. And first of all, let's talk about what this is and the classes that are coming up that are going to introduce people to what this is.
Sure. So this is a digital multimeter. This is not the model that the library has because I meant to bring that one and then realized I didn't grab it. So a multimeter is just a device for measuring various characteristics of electronics.
Okay.
So you can measure voltage, current, amps, resistance, that sort of thing. It's handy for, I use it a lot for automotive stuff. So you're testing whether you're getting, electricity, battery testing, that sort of thing.
Okay.
It's also handy around the house to make sure that you're not going to kill yourself when you're trying to repair a light switch, that sort of thing.
Okay. So the uses of it around the house, you'll be talking about that. You'll be showing folks how to test different electronics. Is that?
Yeah. So we've got a couple of different classes. We've got one that's geared more towards the adult user, and that's very much a practical.
And they're here in Engage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to find those for you.
That one is just Library of Things, the digital multimeter.
The digital multimeter, and Wednesday, May 11th, 6 p.m. And that's teens and adults.
Yeah, 13 and up, and that's very much adult friendly.
Okay.
And that's a practical sort of, let's test some batteries, let's test this light switch.
Okay.
That sort of thing. Getting folks acquainted with the device because we want folks to use it.
And then for younger library customers, for sort of the tween age, 8 to 12, you have get current with basic electronics, and it's also kind of introducing them to this tool.
Yeah.
And also just electricity and electronics, yes?
Yeah, it's more focused on just introducing concepts, that sort of thing, and plus, who doesn't like to play with a gadget?
Right.
So yeah, kids at about that age, about 4th grade, they start getting introduced to like the atom and that sort of thing, and this is a good way to discuss that. And so we've just got some experiments that
very cool.
they can conduct so we can test batteries and see if we predict if this battery will work in this device, that sort of thing. And things like you may not have known that if you draw a dark pencil line on a piece of paper, that will actually conduct electricity.
Oh, very cool.
We test the electrical properties of various liquids, salt water versus tap water.
So a pencil line. Sorry, I'm still back on the pencil line.
Yeah.
You just could put okay.
Yeah, I in prepping for this program, I discovered that, that looks like fun. So
okay, so don't tell the kids. Sign them up, and then they'll find out, and they'll be surprised.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then, but we also talk about things like household appliances, and so why did the lights go out? Why did we trip the circuit breaker? And so we talk about how to look at labels on appliances, determine how much current an appliance uses, and if we plug in these 4 things, will we blow the circuit or not?
Right.
That sort of thing.
So sort of a cell phone charging is a much different current than a microwave heating up dinner.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's just like I said, for the tweens, it's just really an introduction to the topic, and let's have some fun with the toy.
Okay, cool. And another program that we've done before, and it's called Take It Apart, and you kind of guess from the title of the program. Can you describe what Take It Apart is? And really quickly though, grades kindergarten through up. Just
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this. Okay, take it apart.
So
What is it?
take it apart. Take it apart's a blast. Especially there are. We have donated electronics, so old VCRs.
Okay.
Kids, ask your parents what that is. Things like computers,
Cassette recorders.
Yeah, yeah. We had a Keurig coffee maker, and
Okay.
that's fun. And basically, we supply some tools, some screwdrivers, wrenches, and stuff, and kids just take it apart and explore what's inside, and they have a blast.
That's fun. And then is there like sort of a look at all the different things and how are they similar? How are they different? Or
Yeah,
a little bit of
it's
that?
really self-directed there.
Okay.
I mean, there isn't a whole lot of structure there,
Okay.
aside from being safe and share your tools.
Okay.
And the nice thing is it's very communal. So we'll get a couple of siblings and parents or
Sure.
grandparents in there, or a mom and a son, a father and a daughter coming, and they work together to try and figure out what's going on in here.
Well, and
How does this work?
First of all, how do you take it apart?
Yeah.
And second of all, what's happening
Right.
once you do?
Right.
What's in there? Oh,
Yeah,
very
and
cool.
then the really enterprising ones try to put it back
Put
together.
it back together.
Yeah.
Could they fix it?
Yeah, well, there you go. We haven't had any successful resuscitations yet, but
Okay.
we're hoping.
Well, that sounds amazing. And again, if you're bringing your children and they're 8 or under, you have to stay with them. You can't just drop them off and let them play.
Yeah,
But basically any age,
Yeah.
from kindergarten on up.
yeah, we're not checking ID at the door.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about some of the other things we talked a little bit at the beginning, about things that happened in the lab? You talked about painting. I know we have a very cool printer that's been we haven't been able to use it very much during the pandemic.
True.
What kind of printer is it, and what does it do?
So it is a Glowforge 3D laser cutter,
Okay.
and it's this big tabletop mounted thing that you can cut and engrave wood and acrylic, felt and other kinds of fabrics. You can etch glass and some metals and that sort of thing. And yeah, we've had it for about 3 years, and we ran some programs with it early on. The holiday ornament program is one of the most popular ones.
Wonderful.
And now with the reopening, we want to get that out to where people can use it again. And our big goal is to set up a training program where members of the community can learn how to use it, probably through a combination of some online training and then some hands-on stuff.
Yes.
And then they can make appointments to use the Glowforge for their own projects with minimal staff supervision.
That sounds great.
Yeah, we're hoping to roll that out probably sometime later in the year, but we still need to flesh that out.
And so I know that we also, it's kind of what's coming. This is sort of fits in our Library of Things world. And I know that a lot of, we had this Project Memory program that had sort of also use in the library items where you can transfer your media. So if you have old 8mm film, you can transfer that to digital. So sort of this is a similar concept where you can't take the Glowforge home like other libraries, but you can come in and use it, and we're working on getting that training program going.
Yeah.
That sounds great. That sounds great. I actually did one of those early programs, and I made 2 little coasters.
Yeah, sure.
I use one on my desk by my computer.
It's fun. We, if you go online, you'll see amazing things that people have made. I'm not the most creative person.
Me neither. Coaster was about my limit.
Yeah, I'm more on the tech side. I can kind of figure out how the machine works and how to
okay.
keep it running, but making cool stuff is not my thing. So I love to see what people come up with.
And some of those examples, the creativity that people have, and the understanding, sort of like, so you could figure it out. Like, how did they engineer pieces that fit together to create this thing that's so beautiful?
Yeah,
that's amazing
fun.
to me.
Yeah, and there are designs also available online that.
And I love that the library supports that creativity and supports those endeavors. And thank you for your work and getting kids excited about STEM and the arts and adults too.
Yeah, no, it's a hoot.
It's a hoot.
Yeah.
All right, so look forward to that Glowforge later this year. But for now, sign up. We've got Library of Things, a digital multimeter, and we have Get Current with Basic Electronics and Take It Apart, which is, I've never heard anything but good things about Take It Apart.
Yeah, it's probably the most popular thing we do in there.
Yeah, it's like a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. All right, so check out those programs. You can find them online at scld.org and go to our events, click the events link, and we'll see you there. Have a great, great time.